Hey guys, welcome back. You would have seen the how you solve the 3 by 3, the edge parity and the corner parity for 3 by 3, as well as the 5 by 5, how we solve the parity, or what you call as the swap, to make sure that we solve the edges. So with that, we'll move on to the 4 by 4 related parities. As I said, there are two more types of parities that I am aware, which I have seen so far. One is the edge parity in a 4 by 4, where the corners are intact and only the edges are swapped. So you see the orange is good, but your white is facing it and the yellow is facing it, whereas the center is white here, center is yellow here. So I mean, for the moment, ignore this. Is for the flip parity that I want to show next, so I kept it ready. So how do we solve this? This again needs to be solved, because if you don't do this, or if you try to do something like what we do for the swap between the edges in the blindfold, if you do this, this again will get swapped. So we have to have a unique formula and algorithm to swap only these two edges, and it can be accomplished in more than one ways. For example, there is also an M2 level algorithm that we use, which will do a 3 times rotate of middle as well as the upper layer, and then swap it. The challenge there is um, the the edges get flipped in that. So this formula that I'm going to explain you will help you swap only these two pieces without any flip or toggle, and it won't touch anything else. So what you see here will remain the same after this, and let's do this. For this algorithm, you need to use the formula. So when I say, I would say RR, and RR means capital R and small r, which is, you assume that see, this is R and this is RR. Okay, same way UU, capital U, small u, this is U and this is small u. Okay, and same way you can say DD, I have shown this before, LL or L. So keep that in your mind when I say this. You need to do a, first you should start with keeping the edges that needs to be swapped facing you. It can be this or this, it doesn't matter, because end of the day these are the only things that are going to change. But you cannot do it with this or this. These are good edges, so these are the edges that are swapped. So we need to have this. Keep this in front of you, and then do a UU first. UU, UU 2. Okay, so you have done the top two layers, you have moved. Same way, move the top right two layers. For example, RR2, RR2. So you did a UU2, RR2. Then you do the small r alone. So small u first, U2, and then small r, and bring this back. So that way it is only this you have swapped, not the third is what you have swapped. This has come back, right? So now we have done the moves, and you also done the U. So now you need to do since you have brought this layer back, you again do just the reverse of what all steps you did before. You started with UU, then RR, then the small UU, then the small RR, right? Now you have brought this back, so now you have to do the UU. Then you need to do the swap, and then you need to do the. So now you see this, it has actually solved the problem. So if you was wondering what we did, we moved these two layers and these two layers, and then we moved this and this here. So I'm going to do this one more time, just so that you get a fair understanding of what you do. So whenever you have a good edge like this, you can swap it and then make it as a bad edge, or you can, if you have a bad edge, you can make them and fix it as a good edge. So I'm going to make this good edge as a bad, and then I'll go to fix the same thing. So what we do is, first you do a UU2, then RR2, then small u2, then small r2. Keep in mind this should come back. Then you do a small u2 again, then complete RR2. Then so now you see this, the edges are again swapped, right? So the edges are alone swapped and the corners are good. How do we fix it? Do the same thing. UU2, RR2, UU, RR, R2, U2, R2, then U2, then swap it. So now you see this, it has completely fixed the issue. So this is the way to solve the edge parity in a 4x4 or in a 6x6 when we have this. In a 4x4 we use these two. In a 6x6 we will do 3. The difference is 3. So we will use this for again the 3. So if you do this, this is UUU, this is for 3, and this is for RR. So this way, and when we do the small, we will bring this back and we will use this. So these two. So that way it will be like splitting this 2 and 2 and then fix it. Assume that what you did for 1 here, you will do it for 2 pieces here. That's the same. So 4x4 and 6x6 or for that matter 8x8 all follow the same pattern. So the edge parity of a even cube, Rubik's cube, is solved by this. With that explanation, I'm going to take a small break for this clip, and then the next clip I'm going to explain about the flip edge parity, which is also very common in a 4x4 or in a 6x6, and this does not generally occur in a 3x3 or a 5x5 except for cases where I explained in the previous clip. So with that explanation, I'm going to stop here, and I'll be welcoming you back for the next flip parity shot. Till bye bye.